Hello, this is Brandon Garnot and Paul Spica. The first market update for 2020.
Absolutely.
I had to take it slow to make sure that I got the year right.
How many times have you corrected it on paper so far?
I don't think I've had it on paper yet, but I just about did it on camera.
I've done it a bunch of times.
Market update, January 2020 for Sierrafield.
Yeah.
What have we been watching, and what have we been watching throughout 2019?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll point out a couple brief things on the report that you should have received. There's not a lot going on right now, which is good and bad. And then we'll do a little bit of a recap of what we saw in 2019. So most of what you see at the top of the list, there are new construction condos, many of which are in the process of being built. There are a few that we've been sitting on for a while. And I've got some theories as to why, but bottom line is there's a couple new condos that are available that have been available for a while, specifically on Sand Springs and Tularosa. And we do have another building that's going up on Montreal Court right now, and those are not on here. We haven't listed those yet. The other one that I'd point out is 7406 Cactus Cove. That condo shows as active on your list. As of this morning when we're recording this, that did go pending. And so that one, that'll be about 60 or 70 days on the market. And again, I think what we're doing is we're really pushing the envelope on the prices for that particular floor plan. The other one that's worth noting that you see active price reduced is the one 1364 Echoing Valley. That's actually one that we have listed. We did just a few days ago bring the price down on that one. And it's actually a great value and a great floor plan. And just waiting for the right buyer. But both of those condos, the one on Cactus Cove and Echoing Valley, are showing us that we're seeing condos sit on the market a little bit longer. The days on market, or DOM, we're seeing those numbers creep up a little bit. And as I kind of jump into a recap of 2019 with just a couple quick bullet points, we see that consistently. When we look at some of the graphs and numbers that we watch, days on the market is starting to trend up a little bit. And that's to be expected as prices continue to rise. And prices have continued to rise for the last few years. Actually, for 2019, we saw them relatively flat, specific to Sierrafield. We did see them continue to go up market-wide, but Sierrafield as a whole, we actually saw it relatively flat. And you could dive into those numbers a little bit. There are some condos that have gone up in value, but overall, we've seen the average price stay flat. We've also seen the inventory. Inventory went up in 2019 and is currently down from a high in like June of 2019. Overall, though, the inventory in Sierrafield is higher than the overall market. And when we say inventory, what we're talking about is how many homes are on the market at any given time. Think inventory on the shelf is kind of the concept there. We talked about days in the market increasing, and that is simply from the moment that it hits the market to the moment that a buyer secures it or a purchase agreement has been signed. That's the days on the market. And then slightly unrelated to Sierrafield, but it's important to talk about, everything that we read says interest rates are very likely to stay pretty flat throughout 2020. The feds haven't indicated that they're going to do much of anything with rates. The last article I read said they might tick up a little bit towards the end of the year, but not a lot. And so we're likely to see a relatively stable year. And that being said, I'll reiterate what we often state at the end of these videos, that if you've got a condo in Sierrafield, the best time to sell is when you're ready to sell. Mm-hmm. And despite what's going on in the market around us, when you're ready to sell, it's a great time to sell. Mm-hmm. So that's all we have for you. January update in Sierrafield. Make it a great year. Thanks, folks.